with Brandon Kyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, you asked for it, so we brought it back. Next up, full contact ESCRIMA stick fighting on the way. First fighter making their way to the ring, Dan Suarez.
Dan Suarez. Here he is. He's got his armor on like you talked about there, Ivan. Trains out of San Jose, Filipino Fighting Arts, and he's known as a Serrata fighter, one of the styles of ESCRIMA. Once again, thrilled to have Filipino stick fighting as part of Central Coast Fighting Championships and New Money Fight Club here at the Santa Cruz Civic Auditorium in beautiful Santa Cruz, California. He's got his dance going on there.
And now, making his way to the ring, his opponent, Jose Mancillas.
Big guy here coming out, Jose Mancillas.
Yeah, Jose out of Dark Horse Gym. Again, the student, the understudy of the legendary coach Dave Velasquez. It looks again like they're paired up. We got James Inian in the other side, in the blue corner.
Big boy here at 5'11". Looks like he has maybe a little bit of weight on his opponent, you know. And this is his third stick fight. Like you said, legendary Dave Velasquez is his coach. And Dave, I've heard he's really dedicated to the blade and Filipino martial arts. He says Jose is one of his top students. Now, Ivan, it's not hand-to-hand because there's weapons involved. Do you find that if there's a weight differential, does that play a huge difference at this stage?
I think that you're going to see a difference because Jose is significantly larger. The size that you have behind it is going to help you add more momentum to your stick. But, you know, Dan Suarez, I'm sure he's no slouch. He might be a little bit more in and out. I'm sure he's going to have better footwork, better movement than Jose, just based on the size alone. So we'll see how this match plays out.
In the spirit of baseball World Series approaching, see if someone hits a home run tonight, right? Swinging that stick.
Well, you know, interestingly enough, last time they had the show, there was strikes, throws, and stick in the rule set. This time around, it's just going to be only stick. So you're going to see a lot more technicalities and a lot more technical fighting. I think this time around than last time it was more so brawling with a stick. So this will be really interesting, really captivating. I think you're going to love it.
Tacticians and students of the sport will really appreciate this, and the fans are going, like you said, going to get an education in a more technique-heavy style of Filipino stick fighting battles here tonight. We'll go to the intro once again with Brandon Kyle.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. If you were at the last show, you know you're in for an exciting bout of full contact ESCRIMA stick fighting. Introducing first, representing the blue corner, he fights out of San Jose, Filipino Fighting Arts. Make some noise for Dan Suarez. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he represents Dark Horse MMA. He is Jose Mancillas. Two-minute full contact round schedule.
And how about that when he announces Dark Horse MMA, Dark Horse Gym, excuse me, Ivan? I mean, it sounds like at least half the gym is here tonight. Their strength is in numbers. They bring a ton of support here tonight.
Well, you know, Dark Horse Gym is highly represented in this event. I think they've got 6 fighters on the card, so lots of people from San Jose are over here in the building.
Yeah, a member of our broadcast team at New Money Fight Club, Joe Thoreau, helping coach him out, get him ready to go. We might even see him in the corner tonight.
Definitely.
Yeah. Shouts out to Joe Cutthroat Thoreau.
Here we go.
Right, here we go on round 1. Oh, those sticks come whipping out fast.
See, this is excitement. Really exciting. Pop, pop.
This takes me back, if you remember the craze of ninja movies, it takes me back to that almost type of style of fight. Now that thud you're hearing when the stick, Ivan, hits the arm or the body, I mean, are they feeling that? Is that one going to leave some marks? Or is that impacting their breathing at this point early on?
You know, I've never been hit by one of those sticks, but I'm not inclined. I don't want to get hit with armor or without armor. I'm sure you're feeling it. I'm sure these competitors are feeling it.
I cannot believe the pace they're setting with that stick. I cannot tell you what angle those blows came from and how many successfully landed. But we are in for a treat here. High speed, high pace, very entertaining. And you can hear the crowd reacting. I mean, you can tell the audience loves this kind of battle in the ring.
Jose is looking to have some pretty good movement. He's striking and moving at the same time. Notice he's backing up and still hitting. He's using his free arm to block, redirect the stick. I actually heard that when you're in a knife fight or a stick fight, you need to sacrifice one of your arms to block their blade and then strike with your blade. So I'm seeing these guys posting, reaching out. Interestingly enough, they're switching hands. Dan Suarez has switched his hands a couple times.
Okay.
There we go, Southpaw versus Orthodox. Round 1 in the books.
That is something I have not witnessed in person before. That is something else. I mean, you know, and I really love the crowd reactions. You know, I don't know about you, Ivan, but the way they're reacting with, oh, you know, it takes me back to the Pride Fighting Championship in Japan days. The way it'd be kind of quiet, and then when a big blow lands, you would actually hear the reaction from the crowd. It really brings a different type of energy to the show, don't you think, Ivan?
Definitely. It's definitely something people have never seen. It's an exhibition. It's really exciting. And look at the respect between the competitors. I mean, Jason's bringing water over to Jose. It does look that Dan is maybe a little bit more fatigued, crouching down in the corner. Jose, I know, has been on a body transformation. He's been hitting the gym hard ever since the last few years. So, and I mean, he's been putting in consistent work with Dave. I remember seeing him every morning, working his footwork, working his techniques on the bag. You know, for a little while, I was actually using Dark Horse. I'm very familiar with that gym. So.
That's fantastic. Yeah. These guys, I got to say, once again, bringing a great show to Central Coast Fighting Championship and New Money Fight Club here at Santa Cruz Civic Auditorium. This is a real treat for us, not just the fans, but us as well, Ivan. I mean, you know, it's going to give us something to talk about to all our friends. And that's great how you indicated, Jose, on that body transformation there at Dark Horse Gym. You know, we always like to see people making improvements, not just, you know, in the martial arts, but in their life as well. It really shows you how the different facets of martial arts helps improve one's life. It's very beneficial on many levels.
That's right, yes. Martial arts saved my life.
That's what they say. The time is now for round number 2. Here we go. Oh, once again, whipping fast.
Pace.
Oh, no slowdown here, Ivan. They're maintaining the same pace as round number 1, so I guess they're not that tired. Either that or the adrenaline is just taking over all too well.
Let's see if they can keep it up. You know, it's interesting because it looks like you can't really get any finishing blows, so to speak. Like, there's not anything that's going to finish the fight. So you can probably just keep hitting on each other, just keep going the whole time.
That's a good point. But you know what? Probably going to feel it and see it tomorrow morning all over their body, right?
Definitely in their arms.
I just can't believe they can keep swinging like this. I mean, that lactic acid, it's got to build up. Whether you're throwing punches, throwing sticks. Oh, wait, the ref calls a break. Let's see what. Okay, piece of
Glove came
equipment.
off.
Technical malfunction. Safety is always paramount importance. Our ringside physician, Dr. Gary Furness, can also tell you something about that as well. So maybe it's slowed down a little bit. Still high impact strikes, Ivan, but it does seem like maybe the pace has slowed a little bit in round 2, even though they did come out fast.
It's looking more technical, a little bit more close range. It looks to me that Jose is kind of using that weight advantage, closing distance. I think that his blows are a little bit more effective.
Do you feel maybe if it goes the distance, right, do you think possibly Dan could have the advantage because he's lighter, possibly his gas tank is a little bit, has a little bit more to offer than maybe Jose's. Don't want to take anything away from Jose, but how do you think that'll play into the cardio aspect?
Well, I think that it has been shown that a heavier person versus a lighter person, has to work harder to affect the heavier person. So you see Jose's closing distance. That's the end of the round.
Round 2 is done, sir.
But yeah, like I said, the bigger person can usually inflict their will on that smaller guy, the lighter guy. It looks like it's over. We're going to find out if there's a decision on this exhibition match. What was your initial impression, Peter? What did you think?
You know, it was so close. I really had to defer to you because, you know, this is the first time I've seen it, Ivan. And, you know, I'm just kind of going off what you said. Maybe Jose had that advantage, imposing his will, imposing his weight, maybe landing a few more effective strikes. But it was a highly contested battle either way. It was fantastic. We'll go to the decision now with Brandon Kyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for both of these fighters in this exhibition match. Dan Suarez and Jose Mancillas.